Alright, what's going on, guys? Alright, so in today's tutorial, I'm basically going to go over how to do a logo animation like I showed at the beginning of this video. And so we're going to be having to hop into After Effects. Obviously, you designed your logo in Illustrator and everything like that. Do not design logos in Photoshop. It just makes no sense because they're pixelated images, and when you go to blow them up or shrink them down, they just look like crap. If you do it in Illustrator, they always look amazing, no matter what size you have them. You can have them on a business card, a T-shirt, on the side of a truck. It don't matter, right? With that being said, let's open up the composition, and we'll make a new one, and we'll name this logo animation. I did 1920 by 1080. That's up to you guys, whatever size you want to do for your video that you're going to do, but that's the size I picked. I do a frame rate of 60. With a duration of 15 seconds. We can change the time later, it doesn't really matter, and my background color is black. Alright, so with that being done, I'll add a file in here, and I'll pick my PNG logo animation, or my PNG logo picture, sorry. I'll put that on the composition timeline, so that at least now we can see it, but obviously nothing's going on with it. We have to add some effects. So the first effect we're going to add is the glare across the logo animation. So you can see how I have this little bar pop up. You can download this from Video Copilot, so that way you don't need to go over to this panel over here and type in the effect. You can just type it in here and it applies it instantly. But either way, you can do it. You can go over here and type in whatever I'm telling you. It don't matter. But you want to put in a CC light sweep. There you go. It's right there. Okay. So now you see how we have the glare right here on the logo, right? Well, we obviously don't want the glare to start right here, so we're going to grab this little center circle here, and we're going to drag it to off the logo, so you can't see it no more. Okay? Now, what we're going to do is, now that we're at the beginning first frame of our animation, or on our timeline, sorry, we'll hit a keyframe on the center setting right here. Hit a keyframe. Then you want to say, I'd say go about 1.5 seconds ahead on the timeline. And now you want to grab this circle, or center circle right here, and you want to drag it to the other side of the logo. To the point where you can't see it on this part right here. You don't want to be able to see like a little glare there like this. You know what I mean? No, you don't want that. You want it to be completely off. And what that does is, now it'll allow that glare to run across your logo, which looks pretty nice. But then now we got to change it. Now the shape here, you're going to want to change the shape to linear. It just makes it look better. You can pick whatever shape you want, obviously, but I just like linear the best. And I usually put my sweep intensity up to about 40, 45. I just think it looks better. And you can screw around with all the settings. I'll do whatever you want. You can change the color, you know, like from white to red or to blue. It doesn't matter. You can do whatever color you want, right? And then it's easy to go in and change, so it doesn't matter. If you don't like it later on down the project, you can always change it. The blue looks really cool, actually, to tell you the truth. Yeah, it looks dope. Okay, so anyway, now that we got that done, we want to blow up this a bit. And if while you have this layer selected, if you hit U, it'll show you the 2 keyframes that you just made for the center mark for the glare. Now, basically, what you want to do is you want to select these 2 keyframes on the timeline after you hit a U to bring up the keyframes. Now, select both keyframes, right-click, and go to Keyframe Assistant and Easy Ease them. Because if you notice, the way that the glare goes through the logo, it just sort of looks like, I don't know, like a computer did it. It doesn't look, I don't know, it just doesn't look right. The animation could look a lot better, and I'm going to show you how to do that. So now that you have both keyframes easy eased, you want to click on this spot right here. It's a graph editor. And now you'll have this right here. Now click on the right little, I don't even know what to call that, right attachment, I guess, and click on this and drag it in. And what that's going to do is it's going to make it go really fast and then really slow. Okay, so let's see how that turns out. See how it's slowed down there? So 1 minute. We'll drag it in even more. See how now it looks a lot better? It doesn't look so animated. It just looks better. Like, it looks realistic when it goes by like that. And like I said, you can screw around with it. If you dragged it in here, it'll look completely different. See how now it just went by really slow through the whole thing? That was how it originally looked. But then when you do it the way that I'm showing you, It looks, I don't know, I just like it better like that. And like I said, it's totally up to you guys. You choose whatever way you like better, but I'm just showing you the basics and how to get to that point. So after you've done that, basically now what you want to do is you want to blow up the timeline a bit so that way you can see the frames. And we're going to jump ahead, say 3 frames, right? And we're going to make this layer a 3D layer. And to do that, yeah, see this box right here? You want to check this box underneath, and that makes your logo a 3D logo now. So now what you want to do is sort of make the timeline a little bit smaller. And you want to go ahead, I'd say, to here. No. We'll stay where we were, actually, because I didn't even make a keyframe yet, right? No. Yeah, exactly. I totally forgot. Sorry, guys. I got ahead of myself. So what we want to do is, now that we made this a 3D layer, we want to go into the transform properties. And when we go into the transform properties, now you'll have a X, Y, and Z rotation, which we never had before. So now that you have that, you want to make a keyframe by checking this little clock right here on the Y axis. And what that'll allow you to do is, okay, so now that we made a keyframe there, we'll move ahead, say to 2 seconds. We can move these later on and adjust them. We'll put 1 right here. So that makes it do 1 full rotation. So see now how the logo is going to rotate 1 full rotation. So we'll have the glare go by, the flip, and you can make that flip a little bit longer if you would like, a little bit slower. And by doing this, we'll do the same thing that we did with the last keyframes. We'll keyframe assist, easy ease. We'll open up the graph editor, and we'll grab this side, and we'll drag it in. And now what that's going to do is it just makes it look better. Like, watch. Okay, so now we got the glare, we got the flip. I think the flip looks better when it's like that. You know what? We need to make it a little bit longer. So if you drag this out, now you just extended the animation of the flip. Yeah, that looks better. So you know what? We could even drag this in a bit more. There we go. That's better. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, I like that better. Okay, so now that we got that done. Okay, so there's 2 simple effects that you can add into your animation. Another one that I like to do, say after that, you could add another glare go by if you would like. It wouldn't matter, right? That's up to you. And to do that, you would open up the effect. 1 second here. Click on the effect here, and now see how it'll show you the center mark? If you move it just a bit, it'll add another keyframe. But make sure you don't move it too much where now you can see it on the logo. So now you made a keyframe for it. Now skip ahead. Where are we here? We'll go ahead here. No, we'll go ahead to here. Okay, now we'll drag the center mark back through the animation. And now you see how it just made our graph for us, and we were able to even watch it be done. Okay, so now we'll do the same thing. Like this. Let's see how this looks. All right, so now we got our glare, our flip, and another glare coming back the opposite way. So that actually looks really cool. Okay, so now let's get out of the graph editor. To do that, you just click it again. All right, so now we got that. So that looks really good, actually. Okay. So now what you want to do, another cool effect actually is called a linear wipe. And you can add this. Okay, so 1 minute. So let's see where our last keyframe was. Remember, to do that, you would tap U. And now here's all our keyframes. So there's our glare, here's the start of the flip, and here's the glare again, right? So now we're right after the last glare. And now that we have our linear wipe effect, we're going to put a keyframe by hitting right beside the transition completion. And we're also going to do one on the wipe angle, okay? So now that we've done that, we're going to want to move, say, forward. I don't know, we'll go here. We can always move it like I showed you later on. We're going to want to bring this up to 100%. Now you see how it's on a straight path? It looks like crap, right? So if you move the angle, you can adjust what way it's going to cut it. I like usually generally going around this angle here, but it's up to you guys, like I said. So there we go. Oh, you know what? We shouldn't have did that. We should have stayed back where we originally made the mark. Okay, so let's start that part over again. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to keyframe both of them. Move the angle right away. So put it at 126. That's what I had at 124 at the first part, but who cares? It's good enough. Move it ahead. Now that you've moved it ahead, you want the transition completion to go to 100%, and you see how it's already on the angle? That looks better. Okay, so now it's put a keyframe there. Then you want to go ahead again as well, and then go back down to 0, and it'll make your logo appear. So now what we just did is, now we got the glare, the rotation, the glare, and now the wipe, and then the wipe back. Now we'll see it a little bit fast. It was just rendering it in. Sorry, guys. So there we go. Now let's see it. What the hell? Okay, we'll come back to the beginning. Okay, so now that animation there, that wipe, I don't really like how slow it is. So what we're going to do is we're going to hit U. Now we can see those. We're going to easy ease them. And now that we've easy eased them, we're going to drag them both over to here, because it seems like after that last glare, it should already start cutting it. You know what I mean? So 1 minute, let's see how that looks. We're going to go right here. We should have easy eased this one as well, because this is the whole linear wipe, these three right here. We're going to want to go on the graph editor. We're going to want to click right here. That's your second one that we did. No, we did open and a close. So this is your close, and that's your open. The bottom one's the open. This is your close right here. So now let's see how it looks. There we go. I like that fast wipe like that. So there's a couple easy effects that you can add to your logo, and that's simple as hell, right? Like that didn't really take much time to do at all, and it looks really cool. Like after you've rendered it out and it's playing at the speed it should, sorry, basically it looks amazing. So other than that, right, you can do a lot of things. I'm going to post another video of how I do this animation. I'll post it up on screen right now so that way you guys can see. And other than that, then I'll go further into what you can do with these effects, because like if you were to import your whole file in different layers, like you could have your text layer be a separate layer, and you could have that come in at a separate time with a glare. I could have the Grim Reaper coming in. I'll post the animation up so that way you get what I'm trying to explain to you. And if you want, I'll post a video actually, like getting more in depth of how I did that. But basically these are the core steps to the next video. So I just wanted to do a video showing people how to basically do the core steps to the more advanced video that I'm going to be posting. So I hope this video helped you guys out, understand like basic effects that you can do with your logos, texts, anything. You can apply this to anything. And the cool part is you could use this effect if you had no background on the back, which we don't. So basically, look at, you could use this effect right here. You could have this as a transition in your streams. You could have this as a alert for when people subscribe to you. You could have this pop up on the screen and say something like they subscribed on it. It doesn't matter. You could come up with a bunch of cool things, but these core effects right here is really what makes something pop. You know what I mean? Other than that, I hope this video helped you guys out. I hope you guys have a good day. Stay creative and take it easy.